All right, we are going to do skill practice 1, where we are supposing that the real number t corresponds to the point root 5 over 5 and 2 root 5 over 5 on the unit circle, and we want to evaluate the 6 trigonometric functions. Well, if it's on the unit circle, then r equals 1, and the cosine, or x, equals root 5 over 5, and the sine, or y, equals 2 root 5 over 5. The cosine of t is just the x value. The sine of t is just the y value. The reciprocals, cosecant and secant, is 5 over root 5. It's 1 over x. Rationalizing, we get 5 root 5 over 5, which is just root 5. The cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, rationalized. That's 5 root 5 over 2 times 5, or root 5 over 2, doing some fast fraction math. The tangent is equal to y over x. So we take root 5, 2 root 5 over 5 over root 5 over 5, which I'm then going to use division of fractions and multiply by the reciprocal. Cancel the 5s, cancel the root 5s, and tangent is just 2, which means that the cotangent is then 1/2. Now, this is in the first quadrant because both x and y are positive, which means all of my trigonometric functions are positive. Now we're going to evaluate the 6 trigonometric functions for real numbers t equals 5 pi over 6 and t equals negative 3 pi over 4. Using our unit circle, 5 pi over 6 is almost a pi. From the unit circle, 5 pi over 6 has an x value of negative root 3 over 2 and a y value of 1/2. That means that the sine is equal to the y value. The cosine is equal to the x value. The tangent is equal to the y value over the x value. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is negative 1 over root 3, always rationalizing. The tangent is then negative root 3 over 3. Doing the reciprocal for sine to get cosecant, we get 2 over 1, or 2. The reciprocal of cosine for secant, we're going to rationalize, is equal to negative 2 over root 3, or negative 2 root 3 over 3. And then the cotangent is going to be the reciprocal of tangent, which I'm going to use this one right here and just call it negative root 3 because it's negative root 3 over 1. For part B, we're doing negative 3 pi over 4, which has a coterminal angle of 5 pi over 4. Because if you were to add 2 pi to negative 3 pi over 4, you would get 5 pi over 4. And 5 pi over 4 is in the third quadrant, so both the x and the y's are negative. They are negative root 2 over 2 for both of them. So the sine is negative root 2 over 2. The cosine is negative root 2 over 2 because sine is y and cosine is x. The tangent is 1 because when you take negative root 2 over 2 divided by negative root 2 over 2, you get 1 whole, which is wonderful. Then the cosecant and the secant are going to be the same because they're just the reciprocals of negative root 2 over 2. Negative 2 over root 2, which you rationalize. And you get negative 2 root 2 over 2, or just negative root 2. And the reciprocal for cotangent is also 1. Skill practice 3 asks us for values that are on the axes, and so we need to determine whether there is a value or whether it's undefined. So let's look at these values on the unit circle. Pi over 2 corresponds with the ordered pair 0, 1. and the cosecant of negative 2 pi. Negative 2 pi, remember, we just go reverse and we come back here, and we're at the point 1, 0. Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, so it is x over y. And so the cotangent of pi over 2 is going to be the x value of 0 over 1, which 0 divided by 1 is just 0. So the cotangent of pi over 2 equals 0. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, and sine is y, so it's going to be 1 over y. And at the point 1, 0, y is 0. So the cosecant of negative 2 pi is equal to 1 over 0, which doesn't work. So the cosecant of negative 2 pi is undefined.